Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. And through this channel, I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody is not aware of this, this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us in the challenge for as little as $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In the previous video, we looked at ticker symbol SAVA, Cassava Sciences. There was some important updates for that stock, so please refer back to the previous video for those updates. We also looked at ticker symbol MMTLP with a focus on a potential timeline and also speculation with regard to when we could get an announcement of potential sale of the private companies. In today's video, we're also going to be looking at ticker symbol BBIG Vinco Ventures with an important update there, and we're also going to be looking at an example of a sale of a company, recent sale of a private company involved in gas for a price in excess of $5 billion, which included in excess of 55 million shares plus cash. So stay tuned for details of that recent sale. So before we do that, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So bad news here. Headline from Market Watch: the Dow Jones has lost 1,000 points. The losses are accelerating. Stocks are now facing the worst session since mid-June. So not a great day. Inflation is a little bit higher than expected today. So with regard to the Fed, they are going to remain aggressive with regard to hiking interest rates. So not good signs going forward. Let's now have a look at the heat map. So we can see virtually a clean sweep of red with major players and blue chip stocks down, including Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, etc. So not a good day so far. Let's start by having a look at the chart for ticker symbol BBIG Vinco Ventures, and we can see the stock was down close to 3% today at time of editing. It was down trading at $1.11. I think it closed at $1.09. However, in a significant red market, we can see over the previous 5 days the stock is up close to 20%. Let's have a quick look at the updates with regard to the Fintel data. We can see here short interest is just in excess of 34 million shares. Short interest ratio, we're looking at 4.92 days to cover. Now let's have a look at the data with regard to short squeeze. So it is ranked in the short squeeze score, but however it's number 716 out of 5,324. However, with regard to the gamma squeeze, it is ranked at number 7 out of 237. But remember, the gamma squeeze score is something more experimental from Fintel's point of view, and something that have done recently, but again, no guarantee of a squeeze, but certainly interesting here. I'm now going to give a shout out here to Wartime Retail on Twitter, who's posted an update with regard to BBIG. So there is a court case ongoing, so we're going to have a look at that shortly, but let's first of all have a look at the post. And what Wartime Retail has stated here is that Theodore Farnsworth has joined Lisa's motion to hold Colucci et al. In contempt for violating the 17th of August court order requiring unanimous board approval for expenditures over $250,000, and we're now looking at contempt for JC Jones, Destasio, Goldstein, Garrow and Adele Hogan. So what does this mean, and what are the details of this court case that is currently ongoing? What we can see with regard to this hearing, which is dated September 13, 2022, is that the defendant Theodore Farnsworth joined it is to motion for order to show cause why the plaintiff should not be held in contempt for violating the August 17, 2022 order of court on order of shortening time. So let's have a look at further details here. So highlighted here under the section introduction, the court's order on August 17, 2022 mandated that the plaintiff shall not make expenditures in excess of $250,000 per transaction. So obviously this is something that required board approval. Certainly we're talking about the board of Vinco Ventures BBIG. And despite this, between August 15th and August 24th, the plaintiff, without unanimous board approval or court order, made payments totaling in excess of $5 million to AI Pros, and also, as well as that, we're looking at 3 different law firms to represent the company in its litigations. At the same time, There was also looking at shipping for $5 million out the door to Alpros and attorneys as well. So the reality is that the plaintiff is looting from the company coffers to enrich Alpros and its chosen vendors, but refuses to abide by other contractual obligations. So these are quite serious allegations, and so obviously in terms of the seriousness has led to this court case. So what else can we see with regard to the implications of what's going on? What I'm now going to do is give a shout out here to Lauren Ross, who's just posted here with regard to this case, and he stated here, BBIG, for anyone new here, sections 82 and 84 sum up a lot with regard to crooks. And he's stating here that Colucci openly committed fraud while Theodore stands up in court and gets employees played. So serious allegations here. Let's have a look at section 82 and 84. So I'm just going to summarize these for you here. So with regard to the company, the allegation here is Alpros was seeking payment from Vinco Ventures in exchange for nothing. So again, very serious allegation there in number 82. And number 84, despite receiving no goods or services on July the 19th, 2022, Colucci, Goldstein and Vinco, Phil Jones pushed to pay an invoice to Alpro. So very serious allegations here, and I am fairly confident that the judge should rule in favour of BBIG Vinco Ventures. So what are the overall implications that we can read into with regard to this case? We do know that Vinco Ventures BBIG has got the potential with regard to being a serious player and serious competitor of TikTok. So some people may suggest that this is something that is going on behind the scenes, potentially to kill off any competition for TikTok. Again, that's purely speculation. And with regard to the case, we can also see that the other implication of this, it may also delay any merger and earnings that we are likely to see. And finally, I'd now like to give a shout out here to Make a Difference, who's again posted here just recently. There are 4 payments, 2 lawyers, but there are 4 different transactions. One is over 250,000 and the other 3 total less than 250,000. So she's saying here, not sure how the judge is going to see it. It's still breaking the law, but who knows what argument they will bring. So in my opinion, I think there is a clear breach here in terms of the agreement, and hopefully the judge does see sense and rule in favour of BBIG. What I'd now like to do is share with you details of a recent agreement of sale in excess of $5 billion for a private company. This private company is involved in oil and gas. So before I share details of this recent agreement, let's have a quick look with regards to the company search results. In terms of Nextbridge Hydrocarbons, we can see here confirmation from the SEC. S1 submitted on 15th of July, S1A with amendments was submitted on the 6th of September, but no updates so far. This is the company we're talking about. It's known as Tug Hill Operating. So on the bottom left hand side from the company website, we can see about Tug Hill Operating, and we can see straight away Tug Hill Operating is a privately held independent oil and gas exploration company focused on drilling and producing oil, clean burning natural gas in the continental United States. We believe in ethical business, but what we can also see in terms of their location, they're also based in Texas. So let's now have a look at details of the agreement for sale for this company for a price in excess of $5 billion. So I'm going to now share a headline here from Energy Intelligence. This is a quite recent headline dated 9th of September 2022, and the headline here is EQT aims for better access to markets with a $5.2 billion deal. So before we look at details of the deal, let's have a look at the company EQT in question. So we have a look at the share price today, currently trading at $48.30. Down close to 4 cents. So this is an American energy company engaged in hydrocarbons exploration and pipeline transport, headquartered in Pennsylvania. So it has there are some parallels with regard to what's happening with Nextbridge Hydrocarbons. I know many of you will say, well, it's not like for like. Certainly not like for like, but it is in the oil sector, it is in the gas sector, it is a company that is private and it is being bought out by a publicly traded company, and it also shows evidence of huge demand for gas. And what we're now going to look at is some of the reasons why EQT has decided to buy this private company. So if we delve a little bit deeper with regard to this agreement, we can see here that basically the valuation is approximately $5.2 billion, and in terms of how the company is going to pay for this, They're looking at paying $2.6 billion in cash. So remember, oil and gas companies are currently cash rich. And as well as that, we're looking at 55 million shares of EQT common stock. So the company is using a combination of shares and cash. So in my opinion, all the private shareholders of THQ, and certainly in my opinion, many of them are now going to be multi-millionaires. I'm not sure how many shareholders there are, because details of private companies obviously is more difficult to get hold of, but certainly the insiders, the shareholders of THQ will certainly be very happy indeed, in my opinion. So what we can see is that this deal enables EQT, which is the publicly trading company, to double its share repurchase authorization, $2 billion, and increase its year-end 2023 debt reduction target by $1.5 billion to $4 billion. So the deal is going to be completed approximately close to the fourth quarter with an effective date of July the 1st, subject to transaction close and EQT board's approval. I don't think the board is going to not approve this, so it certainly looks to be going ahead. And finally, at the bottom, with regard to the reasons why EQT's infrastructure problems over the years, obviously we have had environmentalists opposing natural gas, but I'm sure many of you know what's going on in the world with regard to shortage of gas, the huge demand for gas, and we know Nextbridge Hydrocarbons has got significant gas reserves. Gas was not seen as a major catalyst, a major area of value for the company. Everybody's focus was on oil, but now gas is the big thing, and we can see here huge demand for gas, and companies will be paying premium for gas, because if you look at some of the previous videos, we know that the price of gas is currently close to record highs. So let's now get an angle from the CEO of EQT. So what the CEO has said here is with regard to future plans of the company, they are planning on looking at exporting or increasing the export of natural gas, constructing new pipelines, looking at liquefied natural gas facilities, and the CEO also believes that EQT will develop and build more pipelines, allowing the company to access more markets, including LNG markets. So obviously payment is going to be with cash, as well as that 55 million shares of EQT. So what's going on with these shares? So these 55 million shares will be given to all the private shareholders of the private company. So in a similar situation that may happen with Nextbridge Hydrocarbons, it could be a full cash or it could be a deal with regard to full shares and a straight swap, or in this case we can see the deal was with regard to cash and shares. So again, let's wait and see, but if this deal that's just been agreed is something to go by, certainly a positive sign here. And finally, if anybody would like to join us in the Discord and also participate in our live trading discussions, as well as get access to our weekly watch list, you can certainly join the Discord for as little as $9 a month. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.